Yeah, I would like to talk about again the type of data encryption. It's the symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. It's important to know the difference between them. Encryption is frequently used in one of the two ways. Yeah, as you see, first it's the symmetric key and it's asymmetric key. In symmetric key, there are a few strategies used in cryptography algorithms for encryption and decryption processes. Some algorithms employ a unique key. In such operations, the unique key must be secured since the system or person who knows the key has complete authentication to the code and the message for reading. This approach is known as symmetric encryption in the field of network encryption. Yeah. We use symmetric key for encryption and decryption. Also, asymmetric key encryption. Some cryptography methods employ one key for data encryption and another key for data decryption. As a result, anyone who has access to such a public communication will be enabled to decode or read it. This type of cryptography, known as public key encryption, is used in the majority of Internet security protocols. The term asymmetric encryption is used to describe this type of encryption. Asymmetric encryption, when we use public key and the private key, the different keys in the encryption and the decryption. It gives you more secure method of information sending. Also, there is the states of data encryption. Data, whether it being transferred between users or stored on a server, is valuable and must be protected at all times. Data encryption in transit information, it's the information that is actively traveling from one point to another, such as via the internet or over the private network, is referred to as data in transit. Data is deemed less safe when in transit due to the weaknesses of transfer techniques. End-to-end encryption encrypts data throughout the transmission, guaranteeing that it remains private even if intercepted. Encryption of data at rest refers the information that is not actively moving from one device to another or from one network to another, such as information stored on a hard drive, laptop, flash drive, archived, stored, or in another way. Due to the device security features restricting access data at rest is often less vulnerable than data in transit, but it is still vulnerable. It also contains more valuable information, making it a more appealing target for criminals. Data encryption at rest reduces the risk of data theft caused by lost or stolen devices or password sharing or accidental permission guaranteeing by increasing the time it takes to access information and providing the time required to discover data lost. Ransomware attacks remotely erase data or change credentials. um, how data encryption takes place. Assume a person possesses a box containing a few documents. The individual looks after the box and secures it with a lock. The individual sends this box of paperwork to his or her pal after a few days. The key is also kept by a body. This signifies that both the sender and the recipient have the same key. The body has no how the body has now been given permission to open the box and see the document. The encryption method is the same as we mentioned in the sample. Encryption is performed on digital communication through. This technological procedure is designed to prevent a third party from deciphering the signal's secret content. Consumers conduct transactions for goods, purchases over the internet. There are millions of web services that can help very trained people do their responsibilities. Furthermore, to utilize these services that demand personal information, most websites require substantial identification. One of the most common ways, known as encryption, and encryption is to keep such information safe and secure. The security of network is intimately related to encryption. Encryption is useful for concealing data, information, and the things that are incomprehensible to a normal human, because both encryption and decryption are effective ways of cryptography, which is a scientific procedure for performing secure communication. The encrypted information can be transferred back to its original condition following the decryption process. Also, using the digital signatures, encryption is used to prove the integrity and authenticity of the information. Digital rights management and copy protection both require encryption. Encryption also can be used to erase data, but since data recovery tools can sometimes recover deleted data, if you encrypt the data first and then throw away the key, the only thing anyone can recover is the ciphertext, not the original data. Data mitigation is used when transferring data over a network to ensure that no one else on the network can read it. Also, virtual private networks, or in usual daily life, we call these VPNs. These VPNs uses encryption, and you should encrypt everything you store in the cloud. This can encrypt the entire hard drive as well as voice calls. Given the important of data security, many organizations, governments, and the businesses require data to be encrypted in order to protect the companies or users' data. Employees will not have unauthorized access to user data as a result of this. Advantages of data encryption. Encryption is low cost solution. Also, data encryption keeps information distinct from the security of the device on which it's stored. Encryption provides security by allowing administrators to store and send data via insecure channels. Also, regulatory fines can be avoided with encryption. Remote workers can benefit from encryption. If the password or key is lost, the user will be unable to open the encrypted file. Using simpler keys in data encryption